Yo, what is going on about your boy? It's Archery with a brand new video for you guys. Say welcome to welcome to the stream. We're not streaming today. It's a Friday. Well, technically it's a Thursday, but you see this video on a Friday, which we don't stream on Fridays. But if you watch my live stream on Twitch, I play a variety of video games every Monday through Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Eastern. Link in the description box below, so it's on your screen right now. But anyways, today I want to do a quick video. I was going to do a review of Hirmer shirt. I was going to do a review of the last bow that I have, but instead I want to do a reaction video because one of my favorite people to go to watch for archery put out a video, and it's kind of on par with last week's archery video. Last week's archery video talked about gatekeeping in archery, and Armin Hirmer, who I often mention as being like someone who's just very knowledgeable in archery, put out a video a couple of days ago where he kind of had a not a similar topic, but a close enough to it to where you can kind of be like, all right, I see why you want to react to it and share. Armin's someone who's been working in archery for decades. He's been an instructor. He's owned his own range. This is a very knowledgeable person when it comes to archery. And I often say, even though I myself am technically self-taught because I didn't have an instructor myself, I do credit Armin as basically my virtual instructor because his videos help guide me into the mindset that I have for archery and teaching me archery in general, as well as new sensei, but mostly Armin Hirmer. So we're gonna write into this video. We're gonna watch the video together, and I want to talk about it as well to get my opinion on it. So let's get into that. So the video is pretty quick, 25-minute video. If you're into archery, give Armin a follow. Great guy. He posts amazing reviews. He's my go-to for archery videos on YouTube.
Good morning, fellow archers. Today we talk about the what, the how, and the why in archery. So, what you see now, the what, the how, the why, and it has a reason why these concentric circles go in this direction. Let's talk about the what. This is what matters right now when I see the comments. Most for the people, what am I shooting? And then of course you have the guys that tell you that only this is a professional bow, whatever that means.
So to talk about that comment right there, this is a professional bow, and he's basically saying that a lot of people are mostly into Western style of archery, and Western archery tends to use bows like those takedown bows that she uses right there. It's the same kind of model that you will see for the Salmon Sage, the Black Hunter, and a lot of the similar kind of like bows. This is the kind of like style bow for bare bow archery, and people who go to the range, do target archery, shoot in the backyard. This is the usual kind of style of bow that people will use, not the Asiatic bows, not the traditional English long bows or the Maine bows or the Manchu bows. There's so many other types of bows, but people have kind of like a small mind in archery, so they kind of feel like this is what I use, this is how I learned, this is what you're supposed to use for archery. These other bows are too exotic, they're not archery bows. So he's kind of like saying like people have a habit of commenting saying that, oh, this is the proper bow to use. I'm trying to make sure my quality is like right. Anyways,
Only a long bow or whatever is right. The what, this is so important.
he's trying to point out like people there's all these variety of bows, and each person who uses these kind of bows tell you this is the right kind of bow to use.
Or you have fun of these reflex bows, What are you shooting? It's so important, huh? Ooh, nice one. The what is not what makes you a great archer, in my opinion. If it's not the what, it might be the how. And with how, it's which shooting style. So I shoot my 3-finger, split finger, Mediterranean. I shoot my...
So for this part of his video, which is again I mentioned my gatekeeping video a week ago, watch that at the end of this video. He's talking about the type of ways you shoot a bow. Before he showed you there's all this variety of bows that you can use. Now he's showing you about the different types of draws there is. I mentioned in my video that you have thumb draw, Slavic draw, pinch draw, Comanche draw. There's all these other kind of draws, and it's basically like what is the right draw, what is the proper draw, what draw makes you an actual archer. He's basically, the whole point of his video is to say that these things don't dictate what archery is. It doesn't dictate what makes you an archer.
3-finger under, can't shoot shoot like this, but you know what I mean? Or you're one of these crazy guys and you only use your thumb for shooting, fine too. Or you're one of these even more crazy guys, you use Slavic draw for shooting, or you're even one of these complete, you know, pinch draw with support on the string, boom, arrow on the right side or arrow on the left side. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. See that? I can shoot pinch draw both sides of the bow and shoot a decent group. So for sure it's not the how which makes you a good archer. It's not the what, it's not the how. It's the center of it all. It's the why do I shoot with bow and arrow. And for this, I would like to invite you to get back to when you held your first bow in your hand and you shot your first arrows. This excitement you had, this, whoa! This is the why you shoot with bow and arrow. It's not which technique you shoot, it's not which bow you shoot, it's why do you shoot bow and arrow. Or imagine you got your first camera and you took your first photos. You didn't know anything about composition, you didn't know anything about exposure triangle, you simply went out and had fun. And the same with archery. You did it because it's fun. You didn't get caught up in equipment. You didn't think, oh, if I have this bow, or if I shoot this technique, or whatever. No, you were just happy. You had no idea. You simply went out, grabbed the bow and arrow, and you shot something, and you had fun. And this is the why. And I would like to invite you to get back to the why. Am I shooting bow and arrow? And then go out in this mindset and shoot bow and arrow. And then it doesn't matter which bow, which technique. Simply find the why in your heart again and have fun and enjoy shooting. This is what matters. And then you have a center shot, see? The why is important, not the what and not the how. And now think about it, of these three aspects, the what, the how, and
All right, so before we finish off his video, you can interpret what he's saying in multiple ways, but what I interpret, the way I interpret what Armin's trying to say right there is we focus on all these different things in life in general, especially when it comes to our hobbies. We start these hobbies because we fall in love with them and we enjoy ourselves, and it's peaceful, it's meditation, it's whatever it is to us while we got into the hobby to begin with. But over time, we take it so serious to a point to where we start to nitpick other people because they're not doing it in the serious way that we do it. You know, when it comes to archery, and I mentioned before in video about gatekeeping, it's like people telling you how to draw, how to angle your bow, how to cant your bow, what bows you need to be using, what is and what isn't art. Like, there's just so many people, so many experts trying to tell you all these different things, and it's like none of that matters. What matters is the sport of archery. What matters is the hobby of archery. What matters is what got you into it and how you feel when you do it. My friends and I talk about archery. They don't do archery, but like they ask me about it, and I always tell them, for me, it's meditation. I love archery, and it makes me feel good when I'm in my backyard. It's very peaceful. You know, all I hear is birds chirping. Sometimes neighbors' dogs are out, playing around. I live near an Air Force base, so sometimes you might hear a jet fly by. But when there's no jets flying by, or there's no C-17s flying by, it's very peaceful. I live on the far east coast of South Carolina, like literally damn near like an hour from Savannah, Georgia, and Jacksonville, Florida's not too far from here as well. And this is a very peaceful location in the state. It's very quiet. It's a very quiet place with a lot of nature around. So it's very tranquil to go in the backyard and do archery, and I feel good when I do it. I didn't get into archery for the sport of archery. I didn't get into archery because I want to be an Olympic archer. I didn't get into archery because I want to be an instructor. I didn't get into archery for any reason other than I love archery. I feel good when I do archery. And Armin's trying to tell you this, basically similar to that. It's like, what got you into it? Not why you do it right now. What got you into archery? Were you nitpicking back then? Were you telling people how to draw and what bows to use and how to can and things like that back then? No, you allow other people to enjoy archery because you were enjoying archery at the same time as well. You have to get back to enjoying archery and not trying to tell people how they should do it. Focus on just the you. If you want to do a 3-finger under, do 3-finger under. Don't tell other people they have to do the same thing. If you want to do pinch draw, Slavic draw, thumb draw, split finger Mediterranean draw, do it. That's you. Don't tell others how to do it. If you want to hold your bow straight and fire, do it. If you want to cant the bow, do it. If you want to hold it with a gorilla grip, do it. If you want to hold it with a loose grip, do it. It doesn't matter. What matters is, are you enjoying yourself? Why do you love archery, and what got you into it?
In the what, there can be a lot of discussion, what is the right for whatever. In the how, can be a lot of discussion how to do 3-finger thumb, whatever, yada yada yada. But in the why you shoot, there is no discussion. This is the core, and that's why it is the core. There is nothing debatable about it. Why you shoot bow and arrow. Find it again in your heart, why you shoot bow and arrow. Now you understand. This is the most important. Why am I doing what I am doing? That's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you in the next one.
So that's Armin's video. You get to see, if you never watched the videos before, you got to see why I go to Armin, why I watch Armin. His mind is what draws me to his videos. His mind is why I watch his videos. Anyone and everyone can shoot a bow. Anyone, literally anyone, from a child to someone who's elderly can shoot a bow. It's not shooting a bow that matters when it comes to conversation. It's here. And Armin's a guy who believes in Tai Chi. He believes in the mind, body, spirit, and put it again into archery. So for him, it's very emotional. It's very sentimental. It's very thoughtful. There's a lot that goes into mentally and physically, spiritually, than just pulling the string back. And that's kind of how I feel. So I'm drawn to someone who has kind of a similar mindset towards archery as I do. And the general point of this video and last week's video and Armin's video in general is just enjoy archery. Don't worry too much about which bow you got, how much you spent on your bow. Price. My bow's only $100, so I don't think I'm a real archer because that guy has a $500 bow. My bow is too cheap. I don't have a back quiver. I got a hip quiver. I got a hip quiver, not a back quiver. I don't have the $100 freaking glove. I got this $10 glove of Amazon. I don't have the Manchu thumb ring. I have this brass thumb ring. I got $15. It doesn't. None of that matters. What matters is just doing the archery. Everything else is just noise. You gotta ignore the noise. You gotta not focus on noise yourself. You gotta also not try to tell people what they need to focus on. Just do archery. All that said, me boy, it's Archery. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all be safe. You guys another. Catch you guys on the next video. Have a good weekend. I'm out. As they always say in archery, ain't small. Deuces.